Good morning and welcome back to the Humble Healer podcast. Today, I'll talk about the 7 mental habits and practices that destroy happiness and inner peace. Good to be aware, and I think that most of us are guilty of committing these practices at some point in our lives, and it's good to be aware of the times that we commit to these mental practices so that we can reflect and know that these practices will lead to our unhappiness, misery. So let's start with number 1. It's not my fault. When we encounter failure, we resort to blaming the external factors, the economy, the other people, the weather. So it's blame and justify and excuse. So these are kind of behavior that really will not get you very far, and it creates also a lot of resentment and just put you in that negative mindset and consumes a lot of the energy, mental energy that can actually be used to help you recover from the failure or the mistake. So when we pronounce that it's not my fault, you have become the eternal victims. And by blaming the world, we admit that the world has power over us. We hand the key to happiness to strangers and other uncontrollable factors. Do this instead. Acknowledge the life challenges and failures. Accept the fact that we have no control over what life brings and manage our internal responses. I remember that movie in Forrest Gump when Captain Dan and Forrest were facing a storm, and the captain, who was full of anger because he lost both his legs during the Vietnam War, went on top of the sail and screamed at God out of anger, and he was miserable, and he lost more than just his legs at that moment. And of course, later on, when he made peace with himself and with God, and he found happiness, he found a wife and so on, and he found new titanium legs. So it's getting you nowhere, the anger and resentment and not accepting your fate and blaming on God or whoever. Blaming others shows you have not grown up. If you are too busy pointing fingers, then you are using up the energy to gain a solution. Number 2, they made me lose my temper. You admit that others have the remote control on your reaction, and you cannot control yourself and can be manipulated. And then, since there is no fortress of the mind, your state of mind depends on the world, which is completely undependable. Stoicism founder Seneca said, anger is a temporary madness. It is a show of weakness with collapses of reasons. If you are easily provoked, you are easily controlled. Do not give anyone or anything that power over you, including the weather, for example. Weather happening, can you control it? If you find a way to control the weather, then you can change it. But if not, accept, embrace. Number 3, I will be happy when I get that promotion, or when I graduate, and when this and that happens. Tying happiness to a future of uncertainty creates unhappiness and dissatisfaction in the present. Remember, yesterday's history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. There's a story of a wealthy businessman who was talking to a fisherman who is relaxing midday with his family. And the businessman was saying that, why don't you work harder so that, you can get more boats to fish, get more fish and get your business and so on and so on. And the fisherman said, oh, what does that get you? After you get more boats and get a business and no time with your family, then when you get enough money, you just sit back and relax with your family. So the fisherman said to the businessman, what do you think I'm doing right now? Enjoy the moment at the present. You never know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen to us tomorrow. So why wait until tomorrow to enjoy the beautiful things in our life at the moment? Life's a journey, not a destination. Do not postpone life and live for something that may or may never happen. If one cannot find peace with yourself today, then you won't find peace. Find peace with $1 million tomorrow. Who is richer? The wealthy man who always wants more, or the fisherman who lives life to the fullest at the present moment? Stop waiting to live. Life is only short because you waste so much time at the present moment. Number 4, why me? Why me attitude? when something bad happens, feeling like it's a personal attack by life, that everyone conspires to attack you. You are resisting and fighting reality, claiming it to be unfair. You are turning life pain, which is inevitable, to misery or suffering, which is optional. This isn't fair. How many times you hear your kids saying that? Life comes with all its ups and downs for everyone, and that is a fact. The sooner one accepts that, the sooner you will gain not only acceptance, but also embracing of what life brings to you on a daily basis. Sometimes the biggest life challenges create the biggest opportunities, or like Seneca said, the obstacle to a path becomes the path itself. In sports, chess game, if you practice with a better opponent, you will become better. But if you practice with an inferior opponent, yes, you will beat them up and your ego will be soothed, but you will learn nothing. And in real competition, you probably will be destroyed or susceptible to defeats. Choose adversities to make yourself stronger. Number 5, I knew that already. A man protects his ego by pretending to be an expert. He views new information as a threat to his intelligence. His ability to conform and learn becomes incapacitated by his unwillingness to learn. It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. There is a fable about a scholar who wants to learn about life wisdom from a master. So when they sit down, the master pours the scholar a cup of tea. He kept pouring after the cup was full, spilling the tea all over the table and all over the scholar's robe, who was angry and said, "Stop pouring. Why are you doing that?" And the master said, "Well, you came here and you're already full of your own opinions and ideas and speculations. Your cup is too full to learn any Zen wisdom. If you truly want to learn, you must first empty your cup." A wise man is a lifelong student, willing to look ignorant to learn. I've learned so much wisdom from my patients, medical assistants, nurses, and other healthcare professionals about the subject of medicine, since I know they have wisdom that can make me better. And if I'm willing to keep my mind open and respectful, you know what they say about those who know everything, the fools know everything. Number 6, I'm too busy to read, exercise, or think or do anything that's healthy for my body, mind, and spirits. Not having time is not the truth. Those important things are not your priorities. An unwise man has time to scroll on his phone for 2 hours, but would not spend 10 minutes on meditation or working out or doing yoga or anything healthy or spending time making healthy food for themselves. Many people guard their money with their lives, but then they let others steal their time daily. Epictetus, another Stoicism founder, said, "It's not that life is short, but we just waste so much of it." We lose so much time um, to scrolling our phone or social media, hours to meaningless argument, days to useless entertainment, and years to the jobs that we hate. The Stoics treat time as his most precious commodity. He ruthlessly cut out the activity that brings no meaning to his life and those around him. Number 7, the unwise man lives his life for an audience that isn't watching. He buys things he does not need with money he doesn't have, to impress people he doesn't like. He is terrified of judgment and he censors his true thoughts and suppresses his true nature because he craves the validation of the crowd. He is enslaved to the opinions of others. Epictetus once said, "I am baffled by why a man loves himself more than anyone else, but sets his opinion of himself lower than all others." If you are an actor on stage, always looking for a response from an audience, you would lose your focus and sabotage your own performance. The unwise man is the one always looking for validation from the crowd, changing himself like a chameleon in order to impress. A wise man knows that fame is just noise and reputation is just what other people think you are. He knows his self-worth and values and lives by that with convictions. Those who live their lives by seeking approval from others can be destroyed by criticism by anyone. So see these habits as the wall to your own prison, preventing you from seeing true happiness and contentment. Start with number 1 again here is, "It's not my fault." Number 2, "He make me lose my temper," or whoever they make you lose my temper. Number 3, "I will be happy when I get that promotion." Number 4, "Why me?" attitude. Number 5, "I knew that already." Number 6, "I'm too busy to read, exercise, or think." And number 7, the unwise man lives his life for an audience that isn't watching. Be aware and mindful to see if you practice one of these unhealthy or habits or beliefs and work to break that habit. Pause and reflect without the intrusion of your egos. Thank you and take care and have a wonderful Sunday.